All right, tap in, Crown Collective, tap in. Hey, 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 welcome, welcome, welcome. Yes, you are in front of my face right now. Okay, we are up close and personal because we have to have a huge conversation about what's going on. And we are kicking off November as our birthright season. Okay, and I swear sometimes, y'all, the stories just fall into alignment to where we have to know exactly where we are placed or the examples that are necessary in order to elevate. And nothing illustrates your birthright and the power that you have more than this story I'm about to break down for you in regards to the legendary Laila Ali, who is Muhammad Ali's daughter, and newcomer, or she's not a newcomer, but she's newer to boxing, Clarissa Shields. Now, many of you might not know this, okay? So I need you to tap in collective because I'm going to break this down so it can forever and consistently be broken. Yes, we are face to face today, okay? I'm all up in your grill, okay? Because these spiritual bills need to be paid, okay? And so I'm going to lay down such an argument spiritually for your birthright that it will forever and consistently alter the way that you think about yourself, believe in yourself, and live intentionally. If you're new here, hey, my name is Cass Young Crowned. I'm an intuitive prophetic speaker, and I guide people just like you to live an intentional and fulfilling life through self empowerment and spiritual awareness. And this is one of those moments where we are diving into the spiritual awareness. I want to say thank you to my moderators, to my members, and all of the Crown Collective that come here in unity to get these lessons and these blessings so that they can live their life in alignment and fulfillment. Okay, now tap in, collective. I'm dealing with some newfangled technology over here, so I just need y'all to show me a little bit of grace. I sure hope that you do. I sure hope that you do. Okay, I see all of the beautiful people that are gathered here today. And I'm telling you, y'all, the way I'm about to break this down is absolutely insane. Okay. So let me get to the story because I'm going to be showing you the video that Laila Ali put out herself. And before we even go there, Miss Laila Ali, this is fair use because I feel like what you have gone through is a bigger picture of what the collective has gone through or is about to go through, especially in November and December as we round out the rest of 2025. Okay, so please do not strike this channel down. I am but a small creator girl, okay, just a small creator, but the lessons you have laid out are perfect for the collective. Now, okay, let me bring you guys up to speed, okay, with legendary Laila Ali and Clarissa Shields. Clarissa Shields is a newcomer into boxing, and she has challenged Laila Ali to a boxing match. But and Laila Ali has declined, but how we even got to this point is absolutely the framework in which these devil infested losers come into the lives of the collective to manipulate how they operate, how they show up, and what they do. And I need to just remind the collective that, baby, your birthright is seen by other people. Even if you don't know what that birthright is, I want you to look to the behaviors that have been implanted by somebody like Clarissa Shields, okay? And I want you to recognize through those behaviors just exactly who you are, collective. Okay, tap in, tap in. Now, let me line this up for you, okay? When Clarissa Shields came into the boxing world, she was definitely somebody who was not to be played with, okay? And let me make sure you guys can hear me first of all. Hey, y'all. Hey, I see you. I just want to make sure you guys can hear me because I'm using some newfangled technology, girl. Okay. So before I even get into all that, let me just see. Live chat. Okay. Okay, can you guys can hear me? Please type a one in the chat if you can hear me, okay, before I go deeper into this. I could have been speaking this whole time. Okay, just type a one in the chat if you can hear me, please. I really need you guys' help because I'm definitely dealing with some new technology I'm not totally aware of. So just let me know. And I would be forever grateful. Okay. Just let me know. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Travis. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Okay, great. Now, and thank you so much, Casey. Okay, thank you guys so much. Okay, so in 2012, Clarissa Shields is a up and coming name in the women's boxing scene. Okay, and Laila Ali definitely recognized this and became somewhat of a big sister or a guiding light for Clarissa. And Clarissa Shields reached out to Laila Ali for advice regarding whether or not she should participate in the Olympics a second time or turn professional. Yes, Clarissa Shields is an Olympic champion boxer. Okay, tap in. Okay, tap in for the achievements. Okay, because at the end of the day, we will never ever deny those achievements. Okay, so tap into that. All right. And Clarissa Shields, in an interview with Laila Ali, said that you're the name people say when it comes to women's boxing. You're the face that they know, and I want that to be me. Now, peep game, okay? Laila Ali has taken Clarissa Shields and under her wing in a way that will form a brand, the way that Laila Ali has formed the brand, okay? And said, like, hey, if you turn professional, this is the way to go. This is how you could do it. This is, what I've learned. All the lessons that Laila Ali has gone through being who she is, okay? I'm going to tie all of this together, collective. I just need you to tap in. And this is where Clarissa Shields starts to use the terminology like big sis. Now, if we know anything about these devils, these demons, these ill will infested heifers, we know that they will use terminology to make people feel like they are close and personal. Okay. So when Clarissa Shields started to challenge Laila Ali to a boxing match, collective. Okay. Now tap in. All right. Mind you, Laila Ali had been retired from boxing for quite some time. Okay, I think over a decade at this point, probably nearly 2 decades at this point. So Clarissa Shields challenging Laila Ali to a boxing match is like, oh, wait a minute, like what's going on here? So when Laila Ali had not, responded in a way that Clarissa Shields had liked, Clarissa Shields started to create a narrative alleging that Laila Ali had been disrespecting her both publicly and behind the scenes. And so she took a few comments that Laila Ali put out there as like disrespect, took comments out of context. Okay, and I'm going to play all of this for you. Then Clarissa creating identity in her mind, like creating this story in her mind, created an entire story of how Laila Ali was coming after her. And it created such a narrative that people started calling the beautiful Laila Ali a hater and saying that Laila Ali, okay, 25 million time champion of women's boxing, started to call her scared and saying that she wouldn't get in the ring with Clarissa Shields. And I'm like, what in the world is going on here? Layla ain't never been scared. And then when those tactics didn't work, collective, tap in. When those tactics did not work, collective, what ended up happening, tap in, is that Clarissa Shields started disrespecting Laila Ali by using Muhammad Ali's name. And this is where the birthright conversation comes into play, collective, tap in. This is where the birthright conversation comes into play, collective, okay? So Laila Ali, with her classy, beautiful self, what she ended up doing was providing a part series in response to this narrative that Clarissa Shields built in her own mind. And we're going to go to part 2 of this narrative because, baby, I just laid out what happened in the first place. Okay, so let me bring up part 2, and we're going to watch it together, collective, and we're going to break it down so that it can forever and consistently stay broke about how these demons completely and utterly try to bait you into going low vibrational, low frequency, so that you can meet them on their level instead of them coming up to yours if they needed to. So let's go ahead on, y'all. Now I'm gonna share my screen and we're gonna go into it, okay? So you guys, let me know if you can see this, okay? And I'm gonna just double check and see if I can see it as well. Let me know. Let me know. Okay. Type a 1 in the chat if you can see this. Oh, I hope this is, let me see. Hold on, y'all. I'm getting it. Boom. There we go. There we go. Can y'all see that? Let me know if you can see it, collective. Please let me know. Okay. I think that looks pretty. Look at me, y'all. Look at me and my technology. I'm so proud of me. All right. Can y'all see that? Can y'all see this? Because I'm going to play it. And I want us to be very clear about what's going down here. Okay. Okay. Y'all said y'all can see. Perfect. 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 Thank you. Now, I'm about to play a snippet of this, and I want y'all to tell me if y'all can hear it. Okay.
Just as I promised, I'm bringing you part 2 of Set the Record Straight. Now, if you haven't already watched part 1, I suggest you go back and do so you'll understand why I needed to go to these lengths to lay the truth out once and for all.
Before I continue, can y'all hear that? Before I continue, type a 2 in the chat if you can hear Miss Laila Ali speaking. Because if you can't, I'm going to take her off the screen. I'm just going to do old school and play with my phone. So you guys just let me know loud and clearly. Okay. Travis said he can hear. I want you guys to let me know if you can hear Miss Laila Ali. Type a 2 in the chat, please. I have to break this down in a way because this is the perfect example. Okay, Travis said 2. Thank you so much, Travis. Travis, that's my cousin, so I know that Travis telling the truth. Okay, Casey said yes. Okay, let's go, bitch. Let's go. Okay. Hi, Miss Layla. She's so quiet. That's my girl. Miss Laila Ali is the boss, baby. Let's go.
For years, I've been characterized as unsupportive, as being a hater, envious of her success, and as someone who disrespected her so badly. Now, in part 1, I discussed the past, what was said from both of us on both sides. I showed the brunt of what came out of each of our mouths. Nothing was twisted, nothing was taken out of context, just the truth of what was said. I also showed how she even tried to use my father's name to discredit me.
Now, remember, y'all, I said that Clarissa Shields is attempting or has attempted to use Laila Ali's father, Muhammad Ali, one of the greatest athletes to ever exist, to use his name against her. And we're going to break down why that matters and why this matters to you.
Unthinkable. Hopefully, you went and watched the full versions of the clips I shared in part 1, just as I suggested, because they're on YouTube. Now, I want to take just a second to thank those of you that left supportive comments. Even if you judge the situation wrongly and see the truth now, I understand how it may have seemed.
Oh gosh,
multiple people have reached out to me privately, sharing their experiences, and are so relieved that someone finally exposed the truth about how she operates. Now, I know you know my style by now, facts versus feelings. Like I said in part 1, I'm not about the he say, she say. I've stayed focused on the exact allegations that were made against me, and I showed you the directly related receipts. Now, part 2 is about the present. She always repeats the same tactics, just in a new situation. We're dealing with the same person who plays the victim card, makes up lies, deliberately twists my words, and creates a false narrative. Look, she fooled the public before, so she feels like she could just keep it going.
Now, wait a minute now. This sounds like a lot of the people that the collective has dealt with over the years. Some of y'all dealing with these people right now. I'm talking about the collective of demon behavior, jealous, just ill-spirited people who will lie, twist the truth. Okay, play victim, make themselves victims consistently. They never wrong, can't apologize, can't see nothing, can't even accept the fact that they have been wrong in the natural. Just everything they say is just, oh, it's why are you all attacking me? Oh, baby, Miss Layla is just getting started. Let's continue.
Before I get into part 2, let me just remind you who we're talking about here.
Break it down.
Jump right to it since you brought her up. Laila Ali.
I always knew that Layla wasn't intimidated by me, you know, and she may have not ever said nothing, but I always knew that she questioned who was the better fighter between me and her. But I always knew.
Okay, I'm sorry, y'all. I gotta keep stopping this because just y'all know how people just got the spirit of spirit of something with them, and it shows through, like, not only just their affect, but it manifests in their face, it manifests in their mannerisms. Like, I have to use like this terminology, but y'all ever see somebody who is like, where you see a mugshot of somebody who has been a predator in their communities, any type of predator, and you look at the mugshot and you like, yeah, that person definitely looks like he did what they said he did or she did. It's because that spirit literally manifests in the face of that person. When I want you to remember that, I want you to keep that in your mind as you are watching Clarissa Shields, who just says she always knew. Even though Miss Layla never said anything, she always knew that Layla was intimidated. Ooh, that's a big word to use in this context. Not a big word like in general, but yes, intimidated by her. Okay, girl.
That she questioned who was the better fighter between me and her, because I have a better amateur background and now a better professional background. So I know that she always kind of felt a little threatened, but from when I first met her, I always knew that, you know, she don't love boxing.
What does being the GOAT mean to you?
Of course, it got all the accomplishments and, you know, all the belts and everything like that. But it also means, like, to me, just making a blueprint for the women that's coming up behind me, the original way.
You know, there's a lot of girls who use boxing to promote their with their modeling career, to be in a magazine or something. But I use boxing for boxing, and it promotes. And boxing is my brand. It's just like I'm not trying to use boxing to promote something else to help me with something else.
I'm really building a blueprint.
Oh, now did y'all see that? You're not using boxing to promote something else. It looked like you promoting a whole lot of pootie-tying up there, baby. It looked like you promoting a whole brothel up there, baby. Hold on, let's go back to, can I go back just a little bit? I'm sorry, because now, homegirl, it looked like you promoting a whole lot up on that stage. Is it going to come
with something else?
I need to go back a little bit. Wait a minute.
To promote something else.
Ma'am. What's this? What is happening in this area of this screen right here? Listen, ma'am. I'm going to get to the birthright, but I want you to understand how she's promoting what she believes her birthright is. Because what you wearing right now, young lady, to say that you're not using boxing to promote something else is your own, like the imagery, your actions. Let's talk about intentions, right? We're talking about building intentional lives, right? Your intention is to do what with this imagery? Okay, girl. Okay.
To help me with something else.
Having like, I'm really building a blueprint where I can tell other girls, like, listen, if you do this, this is what can happen.
Yeah.
If you build your brand like this is the direction that it can go. If you build it like that, it can go this way. I feel like I just want to get, like, somehow, if it can be figured out, what is it that the brands look for in an athlete to where I get the $20 million payday to represent, you know, one of these big brands or something like that. You have to have like a, I don't know if it's a certain look or a certain tone or a certain, you know,
I think if you
story,
just continue to be you.
Of course, being like a great person.
Pause. Pause, y'all. Now, y'all just heard her say, I don't know if I have to have a certain look or a certain tone, right? Or a certain story. Listen how she throwing the shots, but also revealing what she's insecure about. This is textbook hater biatch behavior. Okay? I want y'all to take a good look, because everything that is pent up inside of her, collective, tap in. She is going to use to attack Laila Ali. Okay? Let's stay focused. And did y'all hear the announcer? He said, all you have to do is be you. But when you as you inherit your birthright, and the more it manifests throughout your life, collective, I want you to be aware that you're going to see more and more Claressa type heifers come to you and express their insecurities and project it out to you, collective. I need you to tap into this. This is the perfect example of how, when your birthright is expressed, you have these type of demonic evil behaviors pop out of people. Let's continue. While also she's simultaneously saying, oh, by the way, I want to show girls that this is the blueprint. Girl, what you're showing is the blueprint to hateration in this dancery.
Being a great role model. Marshall a bitch, that's it. She's a bitch, and she's gonna keep being one. She's a hater. She wish she was me. She wish she had the belts, the gold medals, and she don't want to be me. She wish she was black and everything. It's just sad.
Oh. So okay, Savannah Marshall, I've never seen this woman a day in my life. I've never seen her until this video, okay, until Miss Laila Ali broke this down, okay? And I just want you to look at this face of happiness, of hard work, of dedication, okay? I want you to look at all these accolades, okay? I want you to look at this. And I want you to look at this manifestation of somebody who wished. I wish I could. I wish I had. I wish the $20 million payday. Do you have to have a certain look? Do you have to have a certain what in Savannah Marshall's behavior tipped you off in you believing that she wanted to be a particular color, race, wanted to have an ideology? Like, what? That is what she is. That's what she's digesting, y'all. This is what she's digesting. Yes, listen, I'm telling you. Tap into this.
I tried to tell her in the past, brand deals don't come from pretending to be someone you're not. They come from character, integrity, and consistency. That's the work she needs to do. So while she's tried to paint my success beyond the ring in a negative light, the truth is I've accomplished what I set out to do in the ring, and I moved on to build a life and a career using all of my other talents. Now she's acting as if she's an expert on how to build a brand, mentoring others on it as if she has all the answers, when in reality, she's still trying to figure it out for herself. And she's doing this because she wants to figure out how she needs to look, how she needs to act, how she needs to talk, who she needs to become in order to make some money and get some brand deals. Okay, let's get into this.
Okay, baby, Baby, she called it out. She called it out. Clarissa Shields wants to be a cloaker. I told y'all about those spiritual cloakers. Baby, if you don't know what a spiritual cloaker is, I need you to tap into my membership. I'm going to drop that video for y'all. Okay. I'm going to drop what a spiritual cloaker is for y'all. I did a beautiful prophetic message last year about how to spot spiritual cloakers. And I used the story of how the military of different nations will send in thieves dressed as the people of the particular nation where they want to steal from to steal goods, and how it funds the black market of art. And I use that to show what a spiritual cloaker is so that you could take those lessons and apply it to people's behaviors and the outcomes of their behaviors to protect yourself. So what Clarissa is actually trying to do is become a cloaker, become a pretender instead of being herself for money, for brand deals, because that's what's going to validate her instead of her validating herself. Tap in.
She's decided to once again call me out with a $15 million challenge. She's using the same playbook as last time, taking something I said, twisting it, and turning it into a false story, then going on a PR campaign to promote it. Let's take a look at how this all came about. I recently co-hosted a historic women's boxing event on Netflix, the Katie Taylor versus Amanda Serrano trilogy fight in Madison Square Garden. Millions of viewers tuned in, and there were great matchups on the undercard. Now, after the event, I did an impromptu interview to discuss the fighters and how electrifying the night was for women's boxing.
Both of the ladies have so much to be
Now,
proud
real
of.
quick,
Great warrior.
I'm sorry, real quick, before I dig into that, I want y'all to notice how she said the matchups were great, and there were great fighters and matches on the undercard. That means I need y'all to recognize that she absolutely acknowledged those matches that don't get televised. Okay? Those that are doing the beginner phases of the circuit that have an opportunity to be the main event. I need you to recognize how imperative that is, because someone who is well-rounded, someone who understands the journey, right? The collective, knows what it's like to start out at the beginning and see somebody else's grind from that point forward. So to even recognize that is major. But let's continue. I'm going to rewind a little bit back, and then so we can listen to everything she has to say.
Fine the night was for women's boxing.
And both of the ladies have so much to be proud of. They're both great warriors. And this is a big night for women's boxing. And hopefully it's just the beginning.
And she threw a 1-2 every single time, but that 1-2 was going like straight, and she was already over here.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, it's okay.
But I know where you're going with it. We can easily pick either of them apart, right? But the thing is, I think Amanda was trying to just be busy. I'm almost done, guys. Last question.
Yeah.
Last one at Clarissa Shields. There's rumors that you're gonna come back and fight her. What? Everybody's talking about it.
You know, the rumor that I heard was that I said that unless somebody had 15, 20 million, don't even call me.
Turkey has that money. Turkey's gonna send this
I said, unless somebody calls me and says they have it, we're not even gonna have a conversation. I'm not trying to come back and fight. But if someone offered that kind of money, I would actually have to think about it.
Thank you.
Okay, now I know that audio was a little bit muffled, but let me tell you what she just said, collective. What somebody after the fight would happen and the stadium cleared out, people were asking her questions. And exactly. And one of the guys asked her, what about Clarissa Shields? There's a statement saying that that you won't fight her, that there's 15 that you won't fight her. And she said, what rumor I heard? That there was like $15 million like on the line. And she said, unless somebody calls me with that type of money, then I don't know what you want me to say. And the guy said Turkey said that they have that type of money. You guys don't know, like Turkey, like the entire Middle East is really getting into boxing, like for real. Anyway, she said, unless somebody calls me with that type of money, then I would have to think about it. Think. That's all she said. Okay. I felt like that was straightforward. I didn't get no shade from that. There was nothing, out of line. She said, nobody has called me with that number. Okay. And if they did, I would think about it. Boom. Easy breezy, right? Oh, let's continue.
Unfortunately, what I didn't find out until later was that
look at this. Look how they really tried to mass collective. How many of y'all have been victims, real victims, of you expressing an opinion, something simple, and somebody frames you as being irrational, a liar, someone who doesn't know what they want? You're always picking a fight, like twisting your words. Fighthype.com. Look at the screenshot. Look at the photo that they used. Look at what they said. She did not even say Shields fight possible for $15 million. She said she would think about it if somebody called her with that money. She didn't say it was possible she would come out of retirement. Let's go.
questions that I kindly answered were going to be turned into a calculated headline created for clickbait. Not the first time this has happened. Ever since I retired from the boxing ring, I've received offers to come back. Everything from exhibitions to fighting whoever I want and me naming my price. I've never really been just sitting around seriously trying to come back to boxing. I have a TV hosting career. I speak on stages around the globe. I have successful companies that I own. I'm a wife, a full-time mom. I'm raising teenagers. I'm busy and fulfilled. During that quick fight blog interview, I addressed the rumor that the interviewer...
I'm sorry. She said, I'm busy and fulfilled. Oh, girl, I love that for you, Miss Layla. Girl, you are like, I just love you so, Laila Ali. She is so classy, girl. She said, I'm busy and fulfilled. You better tell him. You look like a girl. Keep going.
brought up. He had his facts wrong, so I corrected him and I said I wasn't trying to make a comeback. But if somebody offered me $15 to $20 million, I would have to think about it. Who wouldn't? That's a lot of money. But saying that I would think about it and saying I would actually do it is not the same. Words matter. After he posts the video, he starts sending my business partner text messages, literally trying to negotiate a fight.
Now this says Fight Hype here. That's the people that just had that screenshot. Our interview is performing exceptionally well and gaining viral traction. Regarding the Shields Ali bout, Clarissa's team has increased their offer to $15 million. I'm confident I can secure $18 million for Layla. This represents a significant opportunity. Please let me know when you're available to discuss the details. Best regards. Okay, that's what that says.
Without my knowledge or consent, while at the same time my team was being inundated with a barrage of emails and text messages and calls from her team trying to make a fight. Now at this point, it started to feel like a money grab scheme. Next thing you know, about 6 days later or so, the same fight blog puts out the fake check video.
Okay. Now she said at some point, I really want, this is all of the points that I want you to take with you. Okay. She said at some point, it felt like a money grabbing scheme. Tap in collective. That's what it was. That was her intuition speaking to her times a million. That was her. That was that birthright energy that was bestowed upon her. That was what was speaking to her. And what I say, all money ain't good money. Ain't that what they say? Tap in. All money ain't good money. And not everybody is moved by money. Tap in. Ooh-wee. Let's go.
You can go watch it on YouTube.
What's up, Layla? You trying to fight? I'm the GOAT. I bet 15 million up right now. Where you at? Speaking of GOAT, have you tried my new GOAT seasoning? It's knockout blends with spices and herbs. Don't try to get quiet now. Yeah, that's what I thought. Have you guys seen my new cooking show? Episode 2 drops on Friday. Meet me in the ring. Honey, already got one of those. You know what? I'll Who want a piece of me? Oh, my ears are ringing.
Oh my God. First of all,
That was hilarious when I saw it. And that's
first of all, that was too cute. Okay, that was way too cute. No, she was saying, no, Clarissa, the young lady that had played those two parts, she was saying, you want to meet me in the ring. And Layla was saying, like, I already had one of those. Like, I don't need to go into a ring. The point of that was saying, like, girl, that's not a part of my life. The part of my life that I have right now is the ring on my finger. Listen, Laila Ali could not possibly be a gold digger unless she was talking about Clarissa being one. But Laila Ali could never. But at the end of the day, that was so, I don't think I realized how cute and funny that was the first time around. Okay, that was awesome.
exactly what's been going on. And you know what? Rosie, that super talented young lady, is a comedian. You can go check out her Instagram page. Now, that was her perception of the situation. She's actually a fan of both of us. You can go to her page and see that. She wasn't taking sides. She's just doing a funny reenactment of what she perceives to be going on. And this is exactly why it's so important to me that we carry ourselves in a respectable manner, because young girls are always watching us. So while all of this foolishness was going on, I was over.
Catch it. Did y'all catch it? Did y'all catch it? She said we always must be mindful of who's watching, especially because young ladies are watching. In this case, this is for young ladies. This is important. Hey, Coco, you cold? Here, you want some of my blanket? Here, hold on, y'all. Coco has entered the building, so y'all know what that means. She need my undivided attention. Here, no, girl, go to bed. Okay. I said you had some of my blanket. She says that young ladies are always watching, which means that Layla is completely mindful of who she is ushering in as the next generation. I just said yesterday, collective, that one day we're going to be somebody's ancestors. That we have an opportunity to sow seeds today that can live on throughout tomorrow and as the energy goes throughout this universe. Tap in. But guess who's not being mindful of that? This is how you can tell people who are jealous and hateful and have spite in their hearts, because the seeds that they sow today is going to bear bad fruit tomorrow.
On summer vacation with my family, she was once again calling me out, twisting the story of what I said on the Fight blog. Then she says it was another golden opportunity.
I was very shocked to still see her even speak of me, speak of me, speak of me.
There goes the twist. I did not speak of her or mention her in that interview.
I've been let that dream go of fighting her a long, long time ago. But when I seen that, I'm like, you know what? Another golden opportunity to make a fight with me and Laila Ali. Got it? If she want 15 million, we got 15 million. Take this 15 million and come get your ass whooped.
Do you think she even wants to fight you, or do you think that she just threw that number out there just to save face?
Y'all, don't even look at the rest of her face. Just look at her eyes. Don't even look at the rest of her face. Look at her eyes, y'all. That is somebody who is filled with self-hate, self-loathing, self-disrespect, the inability to recognize when no means no. When I say that jealousy, that inner hatred manifests itself, look at her eyes. It lives within her soul, within her spirit. It is something about Laila Ali that truly, what I say, y'all, when you walk into a room, what I say yesterday, tap in. I said yesterday, when you walk into a room, you light it up. And sometimes you don't even have to be in the same room. You light up the room in somebody's mind, in somebody's soul, in somebody's spirit. Look at her face. Look at her eyes. Ooh, you can see it. Even when she's answering the question, it's not a question about the competition. It's not a question about the sport. It's not a question about the art of the sport. She truly hates what Laila Ali does to her spiritually.
In a way, sometimes I think she tried to price herself out, but it was like, it's better if she just don't say anything about that. You know, it's better if she say, oh, I'm retired, I'm the best, you know, be on that high and mighty high horse that she's always on and stay on that. When you get off that high horse and now you realize that you're normal, because you are, she wants to try to make it still seem like she's somewhat relevant and women.
She said, you want to make you seem this like because now you're normal, which you are. Honey, you are projecting. You see her as somebody who is exceptional because she is. You see her as somebody who you can't touch. You see her as more than. That's how you see her, because this is another tactic. What she actually tried to do is she tried to break Mrs. Ali down. Oh, you ain't better than me, you ain't better than nobody, you normal. Ooh, baby. You normal. You see what I'm saying? Hi, Stephanie. Nice to see you, baby. This is so important. The language and the tone in which she uses the language. Collective, tap in. This is what happens when your birthright is shining through. They can't help themselves.
Oh my gosh. I didn't mention her. I clearly said I wasn't interested in making a comeback.
Girl, you ain't say nothing about her.
But she's out here running her own storyline once again. It was never gonna stop. Let me just say this. There is no way in my prime, with all the accolades, that I'd be trying to prove that I'm the greatest by being obsessed with fighting a nearly 48-year-old retired fighter who's been out the ring almost 20 years, while in the same breath claiming that she's irrelevant and she's untalented, while simultaneously coming up with $15 million for her within a matter of about 6 days.
Let me pause. That is something else that I've noticed about these jealous, demonic, raghead haters. Is there's always there's always like an age gap. There's always like this, either this age gap or experience gap, right? Either somebody who's older than you is trying to dim your light, or somebody who's younger than you who's probably wearing the spirit of their hating ancestors on them. It's very interesting how that never seems to fail. You never really get this type of hate, this type of, not from people like in your peer. It's a different type of hate when it comes from people in your own age range. The fact that Laila Ali is nearly 50, the fact that Laila Ali has been retired for a long time, that's age and experience. Why are you coming at this woman? Listen, imagine me. Listen, the world. I'm gonna get geopolitical just real quick. I'm gonna get political real quick. Girl, I've been out the military for a long time. Imagine the government sending me papers talking about, hey, we need you to go fight. Yeah, girl, with what needs, honey? With what life, honey? With what mindset, honey? Okay. You're just a little too late. Like, no, you got me messed up. You better go get some of them young kids, okay? You better go get what Chris Brown said, young boy just turned 16 and now get one of them. Okay, get one of them. Why are you coming at somebody who is not in their prime anymore. I'm not saying Layla ain't got it because she got it. But what I'm saying is that, girl, you know, when you get older, your body just don't move. Your mind don't move the same. Now, if you ran up on Layla, you gonna get dealt with. But what I am saying is like, we all know that our bodies just don't move the same as it did when we were 15, as we were 25, as we were 30. It's just different. That is so interesting to me. You got the young haters trying to get those who are retired out of retirement. And then you got the older people hating on you because you did the right thing when they didn't do the right thing when they was your age. That is wild. Just an observation.
Please make it make sense.
Make it make sense.
So she continues on her one-woman show, proceeding to try to bait me out of retirement. She's on social saying that she's the greatest now.
What a great weekend of boxing. Really motivated. Now, the real Laila Ali, I'm the greatest now. Look, y'all. Look at the bait she trying to put out there. Be careful what you ask for. You know I've been wanting to make you eat your words. Look at how she wants to put Layla through a humiliation. Look at how she y'all. Are y'all seeing this? Are y'all seeing this? I've been wanting, listen to the language, the desire, that want, that urge to make you eat your words. You not a better boxer than me. Oh, baby, let it show, let it show, let it show. You not a better boxer than me. Really trying to bait Layla. You baiting a woman whose birthright was literally handed to her on a world stage. I'll put you on your back. Been ready for you, baby. I'm gonna tell you right now, Layla, it's not just who you are, and that's not just who you manifest in this world, baby. Claressa has she got an ancestral beef with you. There is somebody in the lineage. There is somebody in her lineage that got a beef with your daddy, bitch. There is somebody in her lineage that got a beef with your grandpappy. There is somebody in your lineage, in her lineage, that could not get to who they wanted to get to, and they passed that generational curse into her. And that's why she been ready for you. Woo-wee. That's why she been ready for you, Miss Ali.
Now, and she's gonna put me on my back. She's going on national shows spewing her usual narrative and saying that I said that if she came up with 15 million, I'd return to boxing.
You come out and say, oh, the rumor I heard is if Claressa.
First of all three, look, they idiots. Okay. Shay, he an idiot. What's his name, y'all? Ocho Cinco, idiot. Okay. Girl, just seeing their faces just triggered me. Okay.
Claressa got 15, 20 million. If Claressa got 15, 20 million, then I got your 15 million. Now what?
So you call it a bluff. You call it a bluff, Claressa?
Yeah, and we are still waiting to hear a response.
Tap in. Are y'all tapped in? Tap all the way the F in. Because look how Shannon Sharp is egging this on. So not only are you dealing with somebody like Clarissa Shields, who has an ancestral generational curse on her back, so much so that she has created a whole story in her own mind about what's going on. Not only is that happening, but you got other demons with other different desires Tap in, because Shannon Sharpe has a different type of sexual desire. But the demon gets off all the same. Ooh wee. Okay? The demon gets off all the same. Now he's trying to bluff Laila Ali as well. Oh, so you call her bluff? You call her bluff? He is participating in the poaching of Laila Ali. And Chad Ochocinco is there as a spectator as well, knowing darn well if they ever fought, Laila Ali would slide across Clarissa Shields like she making Sunday dinner. Bow, bow, done. And they gonna be the ones laughing at Clarissa. Remember, it's not just that person. It is the hype people behind that demon. It's the hype people behind that demon that will allow that demon to get their word out on a huge platform. Nightcap is not a small platform, collective. Shannon Sharpe and Chad Ochocinco are big names in sports. And look how they decide to use their platform. Baby, this evil. I don't like none of this.
What would you be proving by fighting and ultimately beating her if you went in there with her?
Just be proving to her that I'm a better fighter than her. That's all that really matters to me.
Do you realize now that this girl has been shadow boxing this whole time?
Girl, that's a good question. Miss Layla, that's a heck of a question. This woman, yes, we realize this woman has been shadow boxing, and that's what the collective deals with on a daily basis. Whether it's from family, whether it's from friends, girl, you don't even gotta know these people. This could be somebody in passing, and you are so magnetic and beautiful and loving, collective, that yes, they will fight. They will compete with you in their own minds. Baby, this is deep. This is what the collective deals with consistently as they just live their normal life. You're just living your normal lives. I'm living my normal life. And you will have somebody who will take it this far. I actually said, y'all, I got to find that live stream. I just did it, where I'm talking about being exposed for having nasty conversations in the back chat with people. I have no doubt in my mind that Clarissa's back chats are all about Laila Ali. All about Laila Ali. Tap in. And she wake up in the morning, yeah, I'm eating Fruit Loops and I'm going to beat Laila Ali ass. Tap in. She texting somebody else, yeah, I'm going to training. I'm training to beat Laila Ali ass. Tap in. She out with her nieces and nephews. I'm out with my nieces and nephews, and I'm telling them I'm going to beat Laila Ali ass. Tap in. That's all she thinking about every day, all day, can't stop. You shadow boxing with somebody who never even spoke on you. Baby. Look at the eyes. Even in this shot, look at her eyes. Who we collective?
I'm not in this with her. She has something to prove, not me. This is in her head.
It's about the disrespect that she gives toward me. And I work my butt off to get to where I am without having a famous father to get to where I am and to raise the bar for women's boxing. That's my issue with her. And
boom. Without having a famous father. Birthright. She act like she just came out the womb, okay, of her mother and didn't have to do no work to get where she was. She act like Laila Ali didn't start at the circuit at the beginning. That's why I pointed out that Laila Ali recognizing the undercards, those that didn't get a spotlight that day. If anything, baby, the fact that her father was famous and was who he was, she had to work 1,000 times harder than anybody. Can you imagine the shit talking that was happening towards her while she in the ring? Oh, your daddy, your daddy, your dad. Everything she had to do, she had to prove that she was not her father and that she could carry her name in her own right. I'm telling you, collective, you got a problem with the Ali name, baby. She didn't get to where she got to because of her father. She actually had to work 1,000,000 times harder. There are plenty of people. Mike Tyson ain't have no father in the. Mike Tyson couldn't go off of his daddy name. Floyd Mayweather. Well, wait, was it that? I think Floyd Mayweather might have. No, his daddy trained him. There's a lot of boxers who got into the sport for various reasons and created beautiful names for themselves without the help of a rich daddy or a famous daddy. Baby, your issue with Laila Ali is generational. And we're not going to sit up here and act like Laila Ali did not have to do work on herself, on her mental, to not allow that to get to her. Because what you say about my daddy? Because what you say? What you say about what you say? Okay. What you say about my mom? What? That can make somebody lose focus. So, baby, when I'm hearing her say, "Oh, without the help of a famous dad," girl, what? She was more likely to be counted out because of her dad, not counted in. This ain't politics. Had Laila Ali been trash, oh, baby, well, it'd be a totally different conversation. Look at you, can't carry your daddy's name. I never forget, Cedric the Entertainer did this joke about whether or not, about if Barack Obama would have had sons. And he said if Barack Obama Jr. existed, we would be absolutely putting everything that he did on Barack Obama. And he said Barack Obama Jr. couldn't even go to the corner store in slippers talking about, look at Barack Obama Jr. just disrespecting his daddy. Okay? So, baby, it's not anything that she did wrong would have laid there. Anything that she couldn't come up to, couldn't meet, it would have been laid at the foot of her father. That's why she had to work 1,000,000 times harder. That's why she had to really show, improve, and go above and beyond. But she didn't work any less harder than any of the other women that she fought. Her birthright, which was embedded in her, gave her a different understanding of how to manifest her skill, baby. Oh, wait. That's the part you don't understand, bitch. The birthright that was bestowed upon her gave her a different way to look at how she expressed those boxing skills, expressed that training, understanding her opponent. She was in the gym the same amount of hours that they was in the gym. Her birthright, which was passed through her through generations. That's what you trying to beat, bitch. That's what you trying to beat. And baby, this ain't the way to do it. This ain't the way to do it. Let's go.
If we were to fight each other in our primes, I would have still won. I would have knocked her out.
That everyone knows this woman has not been able to bust a grape up until now. It's actually hilarious to hear her talk about knocking me out. She'd be better off saying she'd outbox me or she'd run me out the ring or something like that. But knock me out? Imagine that. No, really. Imagine that.
Imagine.
Look, I get it. She's obsessed with my knockout percentage. But at this point, she needs to stop promising these knockouts and focus on her own strengths, because that's not one of them, and that's okay. So I ignored her PR stunts the same way I always have. They never got a response from me regarding a fight. So then she decides to throw a couple more lies into the story.
I want y'all to remember what she just said. Never got a response about a fight. Never got a response. And then said that knocking people out is not your strong suit. And you're obsessed. Listen, y'all, you are obsessed with my knockout record because that's not your strong suit. Baby. Laila Ali put all of her cards on the table. Laila Ali is reading Claressa for filth right now. Tap in. And then said, you still talking about me.
Hey Claressa, how you doing today?
Layla and her representatives has told.
Okay, pause. If y'all don't know who this man that's next to her right now is, I'm going to tell y'all who this is. This is Papoose. Papoose is a rapper born and raised in New York, a great rapper, by the way, born and raised in New York, who is or was married to rapper Remy Ma, who is also a Clarissa Shields-esque person. Remy Ma is a hating bitch. Okay. Same energy. Papoose has a type. Ooh. He has a type of spirit he's connected to that he likes. Oh, they still married? Thank you, Stephanie. Thank you. Okay, I wasn't sure. Still married. He parading around with Clarissa Shields, standing next to her, looking like a fool. Because you don't even know, or maybe you do know, that the woman you standing next to is bringing dirt to your feet. You getting played twice. The first time was when at a rap battle, somebody outed your current wife for sleeping with a dust ball. Okay. And now you getting played by somebody who having a whole boxing match who is actually in love with Laila Ali. She don't love you. She love Laila Ali. That might be another underlying issue. Since I brought up Shannon Sharp and his sexual deviancies, let's talk about hers and what she got going on. She don't love you. She's not being real with herself. She want to see, remember she said she want to see Laila Ali on her back. She want to put her on her back. What does that mean, ma'am? So that's who this person is, a fool.
Has told us no. Like the answer is no. She doesn't want to fight, and that's fine. I have no problem with that. You know what I'm saying? I understand that she's scared. I'm moving on with my career, and I'm happy that she said no. I really didn't want to have to put the pause on her anyway. You know.
Okay.
If she wants.
Okay, she said, I'm sorry, I gotta keep, because I know that I'm expressing what y'all can't say to me verbally, but I know that y'all feel what I'm saying. She just stood up here and said, I'm happy that she said no. How you happy that she said no when this whole time you've been talking about 15, 20 million, 15, 20 million, 15, 20 million. Girl. So now you happy that she said no? It don't look like it, because what is going on with what you wear? Girl, let me continue on. Let me not talk. I'm wearing a Target tank top, okay? So she probably gonna make a video like, look at this bitch wearing a Target tank top. Girl, please. You a whole hater. You are in love with Laila Ali and you don't know how to tell the world that that's what it is for you. And that it would make you feel good to beat the crap out of her and make her submissive. That's really what y'all, did I just break the code? Did I just expose what's really going on here? I'm about sick of looking at Papoose. Papoose, you got better things to do. You could actually bring hip hop back. And you standing next to this girl, to this demon. You standing next to a demon. Papoose, you have children. Remember the seeds we're talking about sowing? This is what you bring around your children after you held down a woman who shot her friend over a stack. What are we doing right now, y'all? Is it me or is it a conspiracy? What is this? Look at that too. This is a picture of demonic intimacy right here.
To be like in the public and keep her name tied to mine because I'm young and popping. But I'm Claressa Shields, and right now it's my time. And she wants to keep her name connected to mine to keep, selling whatever she's selling.
Clout thing, using your name.
It's absolutely clout.
Do you think she's scared to fight you?
Layla is scared to fight me, and I would be scared to fight me too. I get it.
Now she knows I'm not afraid.
Layla, you ain't gotta say nothing, baby, okay? Listen, I'm sorry, not bad. That's part of my vernacular, ma'am, okay? What you mean she's trying to connect her name to yours? Since you wanted to bring up her daddy, her last name is Ali. That's like saying your last name is Jackson, okay? And you are a part of the royal family, the Jacksons, okay? That's like saying you're a Wayans, okay? And you're a part of the comedy royal family, the Wayans. Like, what are you talking about? Connect her name to yours. Who are you? No, seriously. In the world of like clout chasing, who are you to be saying that Laila Ali wants to connect her name to yours? This is how the collective, the anointed, divine feminine, divine masculine, this is how they're seeing this conversation happening right now. Miss Ali, you don't even have to say anything because that was like a pathetic response. Even Papoose knew she was full of it. Let's go back. No, let's take a moment, collective, okay? Look at Papoose. He can't even make an expression because he knows that Claressa is lying her face off right now. Girl, you are in the ninth circle of hell. You are frozen over me. What you mean? Connecting her name to yours. When I look up Laila Ali, girl, her age comes up, her spouse comes up, an overview of her life, and then you getting read for filth on Facebook is actually, but you being exposed as a liar comes up. And then the quick facts about Laila Ali comes up. And then her businesses come up, baby. Okay, then her business comes up. Like, what do you mean? Your name is attached to hers. Be very clear about that. In Papoose, your name is attached to Claressa. Just put that out there.
Whatever she's selling.
Whatever
clout
she's
thing,
selling.
using your
Girl, whatever she's selling, girl. What did Nicki Minaj say? I am the star in any room that I walk in. I am the standout. You just a stand in. These bitches copy my homework. That's what they hand in. That's why I'm private like the airports I land in. Like, what are you talking about? Girl. I had to bring up Nicki because Papoose said right there. He know that Nicki is a thorn in his current right side. Okay.
Name.
He's absolutely clout.
Do you think she's scared to fight you?
Layla is scared to fight me, and I would be scared to fight me too. I get it.
Now she knows I'm not afraid of her. Nobody is.
Ooh.
AB fights at 130 pounds and she was willing to face her. Franchon gave her a tough fight and has been calling her out ever since. She's 1-1 with Marshall, who's eager for a rematch. Gabriel's dropped her and has been calling her out too. Shadeja Green would be a great matchup and she's on her hit list. Even MMA champion Chris Cyborg wants to step into the boxing ring to face her. 54-year-old Chevelle Hallback has been issuing challenges. Nobody is scared of her.
We're in a generation now where the women fight each other.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. That was worth it. That was worth it. Who would you say? And nobody denied her talent, Evelyn. Nobody denied her talent. I literally said at the beginning of this live stream, because you weren't here, so let me repeat it again. She is a very talented woman. I'm talking about spiritually here. Spiritually. Okay? Spiritually, she is a hater. Spiritually, she is a demon. Okay? Okay. I feel you. I feel your thoughts. We talking spiritually here. And we have broke it down, Miss Evelyn. I promise you. Nobody is denying that this woman is talented. I will never, ever say that. Never say that. I will never dog a woman out like that. But spiritually, this is a demon we dealing with, Miss Evelyn. That's my thoughts. And every time we keep going on, I'm pulling out the information, even looking at how she's presenting spiritually, Miss Evelyn. You feel what I'm saying? Miss Evelyn, I know you dealt. I'm looking at your profile picture right now. I know you dealt with hating hoes like this before. You're a beautiful woman. I know you dealt with people like this before. Just my thoughts.
We don't duck each other. And back in her generation, that's all she did. So I'm sorry to disappoint you, but that's y'all champion.
Oh, but later that same day, wearing that same outfit, she says this.
She hasn't responded. He hasn't responded. And I feel like the answer is like a no.
All right, I know the lies. She never got an answer. And I know they wanted to create this narrative that I was scared and she lost track of her message points for the day. She says I've been using her name to stay relevant because she's popping and I just want to keep my name attached to hers.
Ali, Laila 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 Ali is Laila Ali, Laila is Laila Ali, and Laila Ali, Laila Ali, but Laila is Laila. Me and Laila, Laila Ali, Laila Ali.
I had to stop her saying Laila Ali. Miss Evelyn, who are we to judge? We are people that see this every day, that are attacked by people. This type of woman here, this type of energy, this type of jealousy, this is ringing the alarm. Because no, you have a good point. That's a great question. Like, who are we? Like, no, you're more than welcome here, and I'm so glad that you are here. So don't, we good peoples over here. This type of person right here is who went on the trip with Shanquilla, where she didn't come home from Mexico. This type of person right here is who sets up a 14-year-old in Atlanta to get violated and shot in her private area. This type of hate and jealousy right here is why when people send their children over to what they thought was a friend's house, the kid don't come back home. This is that type of energy. It's not about judgment. It's about looking at the behaviors of somebody who is absolutely being possessed by a demonic energy and spewing narratives that are false, that could get somebody hurt. You're not starting anything. You're actually helping me clarify. Nobody's hating on her talent. Nobody's judging her. What we are doing is looking at the evidence that's laid out of this type of behavior that always seems to hurt those who truly just want to heal and help and love and plant seeds of kindness and understanding for the future, only to be attacked in this malicious, nasty, ill-fated way. That is the point of this. When I'm talking about birthright, I'm talking about how you take your skill and your talent and express it out into the world based off of what is handed to you. Period. That's the point. That's the point. This is dangerous behavior. No, and now people want to take my words out of context. Travis, you have it. Because that's literally not what I said. That is the point of this. This is a dangerous type of energy. This is a dangerous mindset. This leads to other people ganging up on someone who never even spoke on her. Period. You ain't gotta like that. You don't have to agree with it. But when the behaviors start lining up, that's when we got to call it out for the next person's protection. Whew. So thank you for allowing me to clarify and make it crystal clear what I'm calling out here. I'm not calling out talent. I'm calling out the behavior of Claressa as it pertains to one person. And I am going through the circumstances in which Claressa's behaviors manifest. Period. And the reason why this is clicking in the chat is because every single person in this chat has dealt with the Claressa spirit. Every single person has overcome a Claressa spirit. Every single person has seen a Claressa spirit in action. Maybe not towards themselves, but to other people. And you got people who's watching this that don't even know they're dealing with the Claressa spirit, and now it's clicking for them. This is a form of spiritual warfare. This is a form of spiritual warfare. And the way that it's showing up is ugly. It's unbecoming. And it shouldn't have to be. That is the clarifier here. Continuing on.
I didn't respond to her stunts at all. Y'all know? Now you heard her say out her own mouth, she was moving on, that I was irrelevant. She didn't need me. She had so much going on, so many fights, so much money to be made. And I thought, great. But here she comes again.
Layla is first on my list. That's what I want first.
Okay.
Me and Layla has...
Hold up. Hold up. Okay. I don't know. Right, Ellie. I don't know if y'all can see this space right here, but that looks like, I could be wrong, that looks like Bucky from Flavor of Love. That looked like Bucky from the Flavor of Love. Is that her? I'm sorry. Let me just go back a little second. Hold on.
I thought, great. But here she comes again.
Layla is first on my list. That's what I want first.
Okay.
Me and Layla has had some back and forth for some years now. And to me, there is no question about who the greatest woman of all time is. It's me.
It's you say. Age difference, obviously. 17 years in boxing is a significant age difference.
I think even Laila Ali in her prime couldn't beat me in the fight. And I think that she is. And
Tamron, I love Tamron Hall. I love Tamron Hall. Tamron Hall's face said, "This girl, I don't know what this girl talking about." The look on Tamron Hall's face is like, girl, what? Now I know Tamron Hall has a show to protect. Okay. But Tamron, you should have been like, girl, be so for real. Be so for real. Okay. No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
I I think that she is great. She is great. You know, I think that she can fight. She's a bigger woman than me. She's taller. As you see, she's 5'11". I'm 5'8", 5'9". And she has, I mean, it say 24-0, but her record is 24-0, 21 knockouts, I believe. My record is 17-0 with, I think, 3 knockouts. Listen, Layla, it's not no hard feelings. I just want to know who the best is. And the only way to figure out who the best is to fight. We ain't got to keep talking. You don't have to keep.
Now, let me put this in perspective. This was before she lost the hope that I might fight her. So she tried to speak more respectfully and polished, and she did what her team told her. But then 2 months later, the mask came off again.
That's not gonna happen.
Come on now, listen.
Did she turn the money down?
She did. Layla Ali is just Muhammad Ali's daughter. And
No, come on, we ain't gonna do that.
no, that is right.
Come on, Layla can rumble though.
She can't.
Okay. All right. I had to pause. Stephanie, why you laughing? All right, why are you laughing? Listen, did you see his reaction? He said, oh no, come on now. Hey, listen, listen. When he said, oh, come on now, we're not going to do that. That was her opportunity to clarify or make it clear. Like, all right, let me clarify what I mean by that, because there's a deeper, I think the word is intimation. Is that the word I'm looking for? There's deeper meaning behind why I said that. So let me clarify. That was her opportunity, because what you're not going to do for that generation who you speak it to is you are not going to just say, oh, just Muhammad Ali's daughter. Like, no, especially if you know somebody that's boxing. Baby. That's what you're not going to do. So that was actually an opportunity for her to kind of walk it back. But now that, as Laila Ali explained, when she was talking, the way she was talking about her before was softer and more inviting, because she still had hope that the fight was going to go down. Now there is no hope. Now she knows for a fact it's a big no. So now the true colors are really showing. Tap in.
Rumble like Ann Wolf. I said who's the best from that era. Ann Wolf would have knocked Laila Ali out. You know, she would have knocked Layla oh so pretty ass out. Layla oh so pretty ass out.
What's the problem? She would have knocked out who? She would have knocked out Layla oh so what out? Listen to the language. Listen, look at the mannerism. Let's go back.
Would have knocked Layla oh so pretty ass out. Layla oh so pretty ass out.
Baby, that's not a good look. That is the problem. Lady Fire said it, that jealousy. When I say, listen, y'all, when I say that Claressa is really in love with Laila Ali and she doesn't know how to express that desire for her, it's coming out like this. And because she can't openly love Layla, it's coming out as hate. She is jealous and she is hateful and spiteful of this woman. And so now it's coming to knock her oh so pretty. So what, you want to make her ugly? You want to make her suffer? You want to hurt her, harm her face so that she's not pretty anymore? Listen, back in the day when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore. Okay. Back in the day, the men in my family would tell me straight up, don't fight if you don't have to protect yourself, because these girls are jealous and they will cut your face. Tap in. I was just having a conversation with somebody about that. They will cut your face just so you'll have a scar that would make you less attractive. One of her major issues is that Layla exudes beauty, exudes divine femininity. Right? Tap in. Look, I'm getting people in the chat. Yup, that's true. I'm not making this up, y'all. My God, today. Knock her oh so pretty behind out. Tap in, collective. Oh, this is dangerous.
That's the truth.
Now that was the real her. I've never been concerned with who was regarded as the best or the greatest or who had the most accolades or titles. I really haven't.
You've competed on so many high levels. What's it feel like to be an undefeated champ?
It feels good. I mean, anytime I think you work hard at your skill, you guys know how that is.
Absolutely.
And to be able to reach that level, you know, that peak of being one of the best, it's an amazing feeling. So,
Or the best.
Yeah.
Or the best.
Yeah. Well, you know, I'm happy just being one of. My father always said he was the best. That wasn't really my thing. My thing is I want to be the best in my weight class. I want to be undefeated, and I want to be a world champion. And those things I attain. So call it what you want to.
Amen.
So, yeah. I will say, becoming a WBC champion, like my father and so many greats before him, was an accomplishment that I will always be proud of.
Yes,
every female fighter who wins a WBC title receives her belt with my face displayed on it.
Oh!
Now that truly is something special to me. So,
girl, that is, you talking about laying the groundwork. What a way to cement your legacy in your own right by carrying on your birthright. Baby.
Oh, did her plan work? Did she make me mad enough to come out of retirement after 18 years and start training again to make her dream of fighting me and having a big payday courtesy of Laila Ali come true? Absolutely not.
Nope.
After years of blatant lies and vile disrespect, making unsolicited negative remarks about me, questioning the legitimacy of my boxing legacy, and having the audacity to cross the line by disrespecting my deceased father, trying to use his name to discredit his daughter.
Listen, Muhammad Ali would never. Her daddy would never. Her daddy would never. Maybe she don't have that in her genes.
She will not be rewarded with the...
Maybe she don't have it in her genes. I'm telling y'all, this is a generational assignment for Claressa. It is, and it's packed with so much. I don't even think that we have enough time and space. I've been on here for longer than I wanted to. I don't even think we have enough time and space to truly unpack her saying she don't have it in her genes. Baby, the expression of her birthright through her genes was her training. That's what it was. Because see, she could have been Muhammad Ali's daughter, a socialite. Understand? She could have just been a socialite, just living off of her father's name that way. That's what Paris Hilton did. That's what Nicole Richie does. That's what the Kardashians do. They live off of the name. They become socialites. Most of them become whores. Okay, tap in. They fulfill that Jezebel spirit. Okay, that Jezebel assignment. Okay. Laila Ali chose to take that birthright and express it in a different way. So to say she don't have the genes, baby, what you talking about? The lady just pulled up a belt and said anybody that wins this championship belt, okay, got my picture on it. Okay. That's literally what she just said. What you mean she don't have it in her genes when the fruits of her labor is shown all throughout women's boxing? What are you talking about, numbnuts?
Opportunity to share the ring with me or anything else. There's your answer. When I was still active, I held boxing in the highest regard. It's what I did full time. I put all of my energy and focus into it. I wasn't distracted, trying to do a little of this and a little of that. I was locked in, dedicated, disciplined, mastering my craft. I had the best of the best. Excellent trainers, including Buddy McGirt, Roger Mayweather, Floyd Mayweather Sr., who all held me to a very high standard.
Period.
Boxing is in my DNA. And
hold on, lady. I'm gonna rewind that. She just named some of the GOATs in boxing training. And she said that they held her to a very high standard. Now, we got to understand the body movement with the words. When she said high standard, she should have said they held her standard to Deep Space Nine, okay? Because they knew the weight of her name, of her lineage, of her birthright. They knew what she would encounter out there. And they knew that in order to, some of these people worked with Muhammad Ali. Some of these people have crossed paths with this man and his spirit and who he was as a person. So they had to train her in ways where she knew what she was carrying, but had to hold her own. So yes, when she named off those people, she had to do that for a reason. Come on, Miss Layla.
Will always be my first love. Now, after all this she's put me through, I would never partner or collaborate with her on anything. Now, I've seen some comments from people saying, she's been so quiet, ever since I put out part 1. Maybe she's finally going to take some responsibility and try to do better. But in reality, she's been running her same predictable playbook, misleading and deceiving the public. Her team has been busy trying to clean up the mess she's made over these years. They're literally running paid online ads with old footage of her signing her first contract and touting the Bible. Will she be taking any responsibility for her actions or just keep pretending? The bottom line is she crossed a line that can never be uncrossed. She showed me and the world who she really is. And like Maya Angelou said, when someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time. Now, just as I told her many years ago when she reached out to me for advice and I gave it to her freely, I encouraged her to build a brand on integrity and respect and surround herself with good people.
Real quick. How many times I tell you, collective, how many times I tell you that the enemy will come knocking at your front door? How many times I tell you that all the time, especially when we are on the topic of spiritual warfare. The enemy will knock at your front door. And Miss Laila Ali just made it very clear, that Claressa reached out to her first. Claressa reached out to her first, knocked on her front door to get advice. When really what she wanted to do was create a relationship that she probably could have spun later on as a friendship gone sour. But thankfully, Laila Ali had the spiritual discernment to see what was really going on. And she might not have seen how everything was going to play out, but she had a particular discernment to not allow Claressa to get comfortable or even walk through that front door. But best believe, I know we always say, oh no, you can't come. No, they will knock on where you are comfortable. Okay? Ooh, tap in.
Laila Ali told me to build my brand, a good brand, and a brand that I want to represent and stand.
Okay. They playing music in the background, so let me just fast forward this because y'all ain't gonna get me.
I trust Laila Ali.
As a boxer, I was unapologetically confident and I believed I couldn't be beaten. And I proved it every time I stepped into the ring. As an entrepreneur, I've consistently carried that same mindset forward through the brand and the businesses that I've built from the ground up.
Yes.
Let's get real laser focused for a moment.
We laser focused.
It all started back in 2018 when I went on the Breakfast Club to promote my cookbook. Her record was 8-0 with 2 knockouts. Now remember, she and I were on good terms at the time. I even mentioned her and said nice things about her. Now during the interview, I was asked, would I make a comeback to boxing? I said I wasn't planning on making a comeback and I didn't feel there was anyone out there who would give me a real challenge.
Ooh.
That's how I felt. Well, she heard that and got in her feelings because she felt that I should see her as a challenge.
You know, her saying, oh, there's not nobody good enough at 168, my weight class, that could give her a challenge when I'm the number 1 in my weight class. And, you know, I'm just like, you know, nah. I mean, like, I'm the best female boxer that I've ever seen. And, you know, if Laila Ali wants to come back, we can rumble. We can go. You're not going to come back and beat me. You know what I'm saying? Like, this can happen. You know, I just don't like the disrespect. I never used her name to try to be like, you know, try to call her out of retirement. It's basically like she talking about she come out of retirement, she just gonna beat me if she decided to. And people think that I started to beat her.
How did the relationship sour?
She goes on this interview and says, oh, I would come out of retirement, but there's no one good enough to give me a challenge.
So the one thing we both agree on is how this started.
Y'all hear that? Laila Ali, not even having this woman in her mind, said, no, I just don't see anything out there that I would want to put myself up to do, because it's just not, I just don't see it. I just don't see it. Claressa took that as a personal attack. Girl, nobody was talking to you. All of the other women that are in your weight class, none of them, listen, hey, Drake, listen. When Kendrick Lamar did that freestyle and said that he was trying to get rid of all of the other great rappers because he said he was the best, Drake was the only one that caught a feelings about it. Feelings. Okay, we are not listening to many Urkels in your circle. That's why your wind's low. You gotta back up out of this, baby. You the only one that caught feelings when she said this. I just don't see it for nobody for me right now. She's talking about herself and the landscape that she is seeing based off of her experience as a boxer. Why did you get in your feelings, Claressa Drake?
Now let me tell you why I didn't see her as a challenge.
Ooh.
At the time, I had been retired from boxing about 11 or 12 years. 24-0, 21 knockouts, 5 world titles, right? I literally retired from boxing because I ran out of competition. It's public information. I would have to be inspired to make a comeback, and I didn't see anybody out there that I was inspired by, including her. I know she's an Olympic gold medalist, but let's not forget, in Olympic boxing, you're going up against amateurs, not professionals. I saw her fight as an amateur, and I saw her fight as a professional, and I didn't feel that she would be competition for me.
Period.
In fact, you know what? Let me let her tell you exactly what I mean.
You mentioned you would knock Breakus out.
Yes, I would.
You only have 2 knockouts in 10 fights.
Yep.
Why is that?
Because women only go too many rounds.
All of the women who have been collecting knockouts got them in 2-minute rounds.
That's the main reason. As you've seen from my last fight, me turning pro with only 10 fights, you have to learn how to fight as a professional fighter. And when I came from the amateurs to the pros, I thought everything was the same. I'm like, I'm gonna do the same stuff I did in the amateurs. But training with Coach John David showed me that amateur boxing compared to professional boxing and punching is completely different. Amateur boxing compared to professional boxing and punching is completely different. These last what, 2 years, he has shown me so much. And from when you see my fight against Hammer, we only worked together for maybe 6 months. And then you see my fight with Habazine, just the body shots, how I can pick my shots now, how powerful and sharp I am. All that had to be changed. So when it comes to the knockouts, one, I've stunned every girl I've ever boxed against out of my 10 fights. Toward the end of the round, middle of the round, but when they only have to get beat up for 2 minutes and then go back and rest for a minute, it's not enough time for me to break them down some more.
She's still trying to learn how to put her punches together.
Okay, Miss Layla, please give me a moment. I actually want to acknowledge the energy. Look, can those that have been here for this entire breakdown, this person right here is a totally different person than what we've seen when she's talking about Laila Ali. This person right here is somebody who understands that there is a huge difference between the two arts, depending on the arena that you're in, right? Here, she's saying like, okay, I know that when I'm in this realm, I'm able to show up and show out. I'm able to do that because this is my skill level. Okay, I want y'all to really see this. This is my skill level. I've been able to knock these girls out because, you know, that's who I am. This is different when I'm training to be a professional because it's these other different things that come into play, like the time frame. I don't have an opportunity to break these girls down the way that I want to. So I'm learning so much about myself. This is somebody who is talking about the love of the sport. This is somebody who is talking about something that ignites their soul, that they really love. This is not the same person we just saw standing next to Papoose. Even the way that she's speaking, it flows different. Are y'all noticing the tone? It flows different. This person right here that we're seeing on screen is somebody who's like, I know that I can do this. I'm going to work for it. I love the art. I love who I become. I know that this can work for me. This is somebody who I'm pretty sure this is who Laila Ali met. This is who she met. And as I told y'all yesterday, when you are anointed, when you are chosen, we are resting in your divine feminine, divine masculine, when you are a child of God and you walk in the presence of somebody that don't know the truth about themselves, you can activate darkness within them. Just you being you can activate somebody's dark energy within them, and now they acting all cray-cray. Tap in. This is real. Listen, for anybody that came in here thinking I was going to break this sports down, I'm not a sports person. I couldn't tell you how to kick a field goal in golf, okay? I couldn't tell you. This is a spiritual frame. That's why I'm looking at this. This is a spiritual framework. So if you don't like motivational conversations, if you don't like tarot, if you don't like being inspired to live an intentional life through self-empowerment and spiritual awareness, this ain't the channel for you. This is an example of how beautiful people like yourself get sidetracked, kicked in the forehead by somebody that you activated just by being you. Okay, I just wanted to go back there. I wanted to point that out.
To the knockouts, one, I've stunned every girl I've ever boxed against out of my 10 fights.
Look at her eyes. This is somebody who is filled with life. I'm telling you, collective, Laila Ali, girl, when she met Laila Ali, that energy that Layla gave her, that anointing that we see on Laila Ali, that beauty that we see radiating from within Layla, that shit activated Clarissa's demons. Whew.
Toward the end of the round, middle of the round, but when they only have to get beat up for 2 minutes and then go back and rest for a minute, it's not enough time for me to break them down some more.
She's still trying to learn how to put her punches together and fight like a professional. I've been knocking opponents out since my pro debut, my very first fight. I have more knockouts than she has wins. She started all of this with me because I didn't see her as a challenge for me. Here we are in 2025. And she's only added one more knockout. She's still trying to learn how to throw her punches and fight like a professional.
I think that I'm so good that I'm hard on myself because I should be knocking these girls out. If I can go in there and win unanimous decisions, I'm always asking myself after the fight, why didn't you get the knockout? How come didn't the knockout come? I got all the skills and the power and everything. I just have to figure it out and put it all together. I would have knocked her out. I really want to become the full potential fighter that I want to be. Like, I think people now, like, you talk.
One more thing, y'all. Can we also notice that when she is speaking for the love of the sport, even when she was hard on herself just a moment ago, saying like, I have to figure out why it's not considered a knockout. I just have to work on myself. Did y'all see the beauty that was radiating from within her? Did y'all see that? Totally. I'm telling y'all, that spirit is different. This is why I wanted to put this out here, because it shows you, collective. It shows you when somebody has that spirit activated within them, that darkness activated within them, it changes everything about them.
My full potential. You got 13 real titles. Like, how much more greater can you be? It's like, I can start sleeping people, you know.
See?
I can get some knockouts on my record.
Yeah, she can knock me out.
Layla, girl.
Now, maybe someday she'll discover her own identity and who she is truly meant to be without riding my coattails or the Ali name. I am one of one, and this lane is closed.
Ooh.
I did this all myself. There's no camera crew here. There's no script writer. There's no hair and makeup. It's just me and my iPhone and my ring light. My setup. It was worth the simple gesture of creating a free YouTube page and Instagram page where I can house this content so the truth can live right alongside all the lies that have been spread all these years. I'm not monetizing my pages. This was never about a fight for me. If I would have simply said I wasn't going to fight her in the beginning, no one would have listened to the truth about what's really been going on all these years. I want the same media and blogs and content creators who are exposed to the lies to also see the truth. That's why I released my answer in this format. Thank you for watching and much love to you all.
Thank you, Miss Ali. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, y'all, I'm coming back. Okay, y'all going to see my big old face come on the screen, okay? Hey. Thank you guys so much for staying with me through that breakdown, okay? It was important. It's imperative that when we kick off in November, our Birthright season, that we see the trick bags that are placed before us. Collective, tap in. It is imperative that we understand the games that are being played, the narratives that are being written against us, the support that these lies get against you. We are walking into the holiday season. Collective, tap in. This is a big deal. This is a big deal, and I want you to be as protected as possible. And one of the ways that you can protect yourself is recognizing when these type of behaviors open up around you. It may be one moment, it may be a cluster of moments, but the awareness, the spiritual awareness is what I want you to tap into. Recognizing that your birthright, how you express your birthright, as a healer, as a fighter, as a prayer warrior, that can trigger darkness in other people. And they may have never experienced that type of darkness before. And they don't know how to handle that. They don't know that they need to go in and pray and get their life right. Go see a therapist and get their life right. Instead of allowing people to pump their backs up, pump their kicks up, like they used to back in the day, and allow them to go out and look stupid. Claressa looks crazy right now. She looks crazy. All she got to do is stop speaking on Laila Ali's name, but she can't, because that monster feeds off of that attention and feeds off of the possibility and the narratives that she lied to herself about in her own mind. I'm glad that Laila Ali put that information out there. It's necessary. I believe everything that Laila Ali said. It makes sense. And when you see not just the words, or hear not just the words, but see the behaviors associated with the change, I know that you see the truth too. Again, I'm not a boxing person. I'm not a sports person, okay? At all. Last time I heard about sports, okay, it was a movie called Bend It Like Beckham. Tap in. I don't know nothing about it, but I know spiritual game when I see it. And I felt like this was spiritual game for the collective. Now, I'm not going to keep y'all here much longer, because what? I've been here for quite some time, almost 2 hours now. But I hope that y'all learned something from this as well. I hope that if you're going through your own experience that looks like this, that you recognize that you are actually in spiritual warfare with somebody who has a legacy issue with you. And that when they don't get the response that they want to hurt you, to harm you, to make your oh so pretty self sit down, to embarrass you, they initiate different protocol. One of them is a humiliation ritual. Many of you have gone through that yourself, where if they can't get you one way, they're going to get you another way. Now, thankfully, Claressa couldn't humiliate Laila Ali, but that's because Laila Ali's, her reputation preceded her based off of how she's built her reputation behind the scenes, about who she surrounded herself with. And we saw who Claressa is surrounding herself with. We see who Claressa is going to get her story, her lie out. Collective. This is not about talent. This is not about two Black women going against each other. This is spiritual. And as I pointed out earlier, this is the type of behavior that puts men and women in danger because they can't see it. A lot of y'all got Claressas as friends, as siblings. Doesn't matter, male or female. You have Claressas in your life, and I need you to be aware of it. Period. And if you are somebody who feels like you got the Claressa spirit, tap in. This is an opportunity to check yourself before you wreck yourself, literally, because you never know. You never know if people feel inspired to not just say no to you from within themselves, but tell other people to say no to you. The Ali name, the Ali legacy, the birthright carries weight in the sports world. And many people will say to Laila Ali, just because of your father, I'll do it for you. Ooh, tap in. Tap in. Just because of who your father, that Laila Ali ain't never had to touch a boxing match in her life. Just because of who your father is, baby, I will do it for you. We'll shut it down. Laila Ali names so many other people that been calling Claressa out, and Claressa can't even see the growth that is in front of her because she's so worried about this spiritual hook in her back that's leading her to Laila Ali. Baby, that's a big deal. So collective, just always, always watch your back. Remember that as you go through this holiday season, as you walk into rooms, as you are introduced to different people, as you are intertwined in different energies, you may actually be amongst a Claressa. Protect your spiritual neck. Okay, like they say, protect your neck. Like Wu-Tang say, protect your neck, protect your spiritual neck. My name is Cass Young Crown. I'm an intuitive prophetic speaker, okay? And I don't really do these type of videos often. And this is more of like a mastermind class that I would do in my membership. But this was too important for me to just put it behind a paywall. I need the collective. I need the anointed, the chosen, God's children, divine feminine, divine masculine, earth angels, however you identify yourself. I need you to protect yourself. We are entering an age where these cloakers can get real close. And I don't want to see y'all hurt. I can't. Too many have taken the knife in the back for us to allow this to happen. Some of y'all just now pulling the knife out your back. I speak love and life into you, and I want you to live an intentional life through self-empowerment and spiritual awareness. So however I have to get that message to you is how I'm gonna get it to you. Now, I'm going to skedaddle. I'm going to have lunch with my husband. It's 1:13. Yeah, I have a little bit of time. Before I get out of here, any questions? Any questions before I get out of here? You guys are so welcome. I thank you guys so much for staying with me and working with me. This technology I have here is kind of new. I've never done it like this before. So I'm glad that everything could be heard, that I could be heard, that the video could be heard. Yeah. Yeah, Emery, shoot, they knocking on your door. You don't have to open it, especially if you know who it is. You guys are absolutely amazing. We are growing, Stephanie Young. We are growing. We're almost near 2,000 subscribers, and I am excited to usher in this Birthright season with you. We're going to be talking a lot about spiritual warfare, the attack against the collective. We're going to talk about how you can express your birthright more. I speak more to the why it's happening, not the, I actually speak to the why and the how as well. But this is not more instructional. This is more like bringing things into revelation. So if you're new to this channel, again, check my channel to see if this is what you want to be a part of. And if you got the wrong impression, it's okay. No hard feelings if you unsubscribe. But I just want to make sure that you know what you're getting yourself into, because the next time we come on here, I might be yelling at the screen about something else. Okay. So with that being said, y'all, I'm gonna get up out of here. This chat was absolutely amazing. This chat was amazing. I don't think it's been like, I think this is one of the best chats I've ever had. And I thank you guys so much for it. Okay. So with that being said, y'all, I'm gonna get up out of here. I love you, and I'll see you next time. Bye. After I left the military, I made myself a promise. I would never have an early, rigid morning again. I was done with those strict schedules, done feeling forced, done with mornings that serve someone else's mission. But what I didn't realize was that rejecting all structure would send me into a free fall. For years, my mornings were chaotic. I just wake up and do whatever. No intention, no alignment, no connection to my goals or my purpose. And that chaos didn't just stay in the morning. It spiraled into my entire day, my week, my life. Everything felt scattered because I wasn't setting myself up for success. Then I realized something. My mornings didn't have to be rigid or chaotic. They could be intentional. I could actually create a morning routine that served my divine purpose, not a checklist handed to me by someone else, but a practice that actually filled me up. That's truly when everything shifted for me. My mornings went from being something I had to survive to something that truly aligned me with my highest self. I stopped reacting to life and started creating it. That transformation is exactly why I created my 7-day morning routine reset. This is not another, let me go on Pinterest checklist or a generic 5 a.m. club routine, because girl, I will never ever do that again. This is an empowered and spiritually grounded, personalized approach to mornings, one that honors your unique rhythm, your intuition, and your divine purpose. If you've been wanting mornings that feel aligned instead of chaotic and intentional instead of rigid, this 7-day morning reset is for you. Tap into that link in the description